Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into the deadly game of interspecies play. You know those adorable animal videos flooding your feeds? Well, we're unpacking the fascinating and honestly surprisingly dangerous science behind them. Because what looks like pure, innocent fun on the surface is actually a complex, high-stakes biological puzzle. Let's get right into it.
We all absolutely love seeing unlikely best friends online. You know the ones, like this tiny, fragile kitten just happily chilling on a massive golden retriever's head. It's heartwarming, it rocks up millions of views, and it makes us feel great. But scientifically speaking, it's kinda baffling. And that brings us to a massive biological mystery, which is the core of our explainer today. Why on earth do animals engage in behavior that can literally get them killed? Out in the wild, survival is everything. So deciding to go play with a totally different species, especially one that might be bigger, stronger, or naturally predatory, seems like a uniquely terrible evolutionary strategy.
To figure this out, we have to look at the massive dangers involved, starting with the language barrier risk and specifically misread signals. See, when animals of the same species play together, they share a biological language. They implicitly understand the rules and the limits. They know instinctively when a playful nip crosses the line into a real bite. But with interspecies play, that shared vocabulary is totally missing. Misreading just one tiny cue, like a twitch of a tail, can instantly escalate a fun game into a lethal defensive fight. And the danger isn't just miscommunication, it's basic physics. When you throw intense physical mismatches into the mix, the stakes go through the roof. Imagine one animal packing razor-sharp teeth, heavy claws, or horns, while the other doesn't have any of that. Even a well-intentioned game of tag can end in tragedy. One slip on the grass, one overly enthusiastic pounce, and somebody is getting seriously hurt. Animal behavior specialist Dr. Heather J.B. Brooks really hits the nail on the head here. She points out that it's a critical mistake to keep antagonizing a play partner when they're no longer interested. You push too far, and it turns into real aggression. Now that's risky enough with your own siblings, but imagine doing it with an animal that literally does not speak your body language. Okay, so if it's this incredibly dangerous, why do they do it? That brings us to clue number 1, how captivity changes absolutely everything. Just take a look at Zeus the pit bull and Roscoe the bearded dragon. They live together under human care, and they're basically best buddies. Roscoe even rides on Zeus's back. In the natural world, a reptile and a canine are completely alien to each other. Their paths would probably never cross, and if they did, it for sure wouldn't end in a piggyback ride across the living room rug. So what gives? Well, in human care, their basic survival needs are completely met. There are no natural predators to watch out for, no hunting for hours. Their meals just show up. This cushy lifestyle leaves them with a massive amount of excess energy to burn. Plus, being in such close proximity forces them to slowly learn each other's weird signals, making interspecies play an easy, accessible outlet. We actually see this dynamic playing out perfectly in a German wildlife park. Researchers documented a young ring-tailed lemur practically launching itself at an adult ruffed lemur. Gentle slaps, grabbing, the whole shebang. These two species don't even live together in the wild. But the bigger ruffed lemur, she just rolled over, gave a relaxed, open-mouthed smile, and let the little guy tackle her. Amazingly, research shows this isn't just a random fluke. Sometimes seeking out a partner from a totally different species means, well, less drama. If an animal's own social group is super competitive, strict, or aggressive, finding a cross-species buddy is a brilliant way to dodge the family drama and just relax. All right, let's move on to clue number 2, the youth advantage. Think about it. Young animals in the wild are naturally way more playful. Why? Because mom and dad are doing all the heavy lifting to keep them alive. While the parents are resting or foraging, the babies are bursting with energy and absolutely desperate for a playmate. If there aren't any youngsters their own age around, they aren't going to be picky. They'll totally try to draft a strange animal into a game. Famed researcher Jane Goodall actually documented the specific behavior at Gombe Stream National Park. She watched a young chimpanzee named Ferdinand repeatedly initiating play with a young olive baboon. They kept up this playful relationship despite being totally different species. But here's the wild twist that really highlights the sheer peril we talked about earlier. Adult chimpanzees actually hunt, kill, and eat olive baboons. So Ferdinand is out there playing with his future food, and the baboon is wrestling its future lethal predator. It is an absolutely terrifying high-wire act of nature. Which leads us perfectly to our final and maybe most fascinating explanation. Clue number 3, just for the thrill. See, some of this interspecies play plays right into the predator-prey dynamic, serving a very dark, practical purpose. By playing with a future enemy, both sides are essentially running reconnaissance. They're sizing each other up, learning exactly how fast the other can turn, testing physical limits, and practicing evasion. It's basically a high-stakes training simulation for the brutal life-and-death encounters they'll inevitably face later. But Dr. Brooks offers an even simpler, highly relatable explanation. Adrenaline. Just like human thrill seekers jumping out of airplanes, animals might just be chasing a rush. Testing your physical limits with a partner who could actually hurt you makes the game inherently exciting. Sometimes playing with a dangerous baboon is just plain more thrilling than wrestling another predictable chimp. So as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with this. The next time you're scrolling and pause on a super cute video of a dog and a lizard, or a cat and a bird, ask yourself, are they really just unlikely best friends? Or are they nature's ultimate adrenaline junkies seeking a thrill? It kind of completely changes how you look at the animal kingdom, doesn't it? Thanks for joining me, and keep questioning what you see out there.